I am a brother.
I'm a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生。
I am a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I am an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer.
I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer.
I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer.
I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Test, 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 test. Look at that. Test, test, test. I gotta get the volume up though. Test, 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 test. Hold on. Let me keep playing with it for a second before we send it. Test. That's test, test. We apologize for the lack of audio earlier in the match. Some technical difficulties on our end. We're here in Dahlonega, Flagler and North Georgia, scoreless through the first 9 minutes of play. It'll be a free kick to North Georgia. Just across midfield, Michelle Allen will take. Puts it high in the air toward Milashek and Rosie Embley. Ball bouncing in the box, headed straight up in the air by Vadrine. Shot by Dumphy will fly over the crossbar for a goal kick. Sarah Lisa Dubell is in goal for Flagler, the 6'1 freshman from Germany. She has 2 shutouts on the year, allowed just 3 goals in 7 games played, 28 saves on the year. Her save percentage north of 90%. That's the best in the Peach Belt. Her goals against average lower than a half a goal. That's the least in the Peach Belt Conference. Her counterpart on the other end of the field for North Georgia is Hannah Gowdy, the 5'10 sophomore from Cumming, transfer from the University of Georgia. 2 shutouts to her credit. As Maria Castorino Mujica checks in. And it will be a corner kick for North Georgia. North Georgia sending numbers forward. Vaverka and Anderson come forward. Allen and Brennan drop back. Looks like Milashek's going to come over to take the free kick from the corner. She takes it. Now going to drive down the baseline, cross it into the middle. Shot on goal by Renee Van Horn is saved by Dubell. And Flagler going to try and get out in transition quickly. Flagler wearing the road grays with the red trim. North Georgia in the home whites with the blue shorts. Embley turns it over to Nowotny. As Flagler trying to win their first matchup against the University of North Georgia in series history. They had a draw last year, but North Georgia is unbeaten in 10 tries against the Saints of Flagler College. North Georgia going to get a throw. Milashek will come over to take it. Send it down toward the corner, booted out of bounds. It'll be another Nighthawk throw. Sun peeking through the clouds in Dahlonega. Been a cloudy day for most of the day. Still a lot of clouds above our heads here, but the sun is peeking through for the moment. Flagler unbeaten this year in 8 tries. Their 1 draw against Young Harris 2 weeks ago to the day. Gowdy way off of her line comes in and quells the Flagler Saint attack. She'll boot it high into the air. Embley coming on to try and get it. Now Asa Thorson. And North Georgia going to force the ball all the way back to Dubell, pressured by Milashek. It'll be a Flagler throw. Allen sends it up toward Van Horn. Van Horn with the heel kick, trying to get it back toward Milashek, but Flagler able to step in and start the counter. Far side of the field, here's Castorino Mujica. Crossing in, headed out by Mackenzie Anderson, the Peach Belt Defender of the Week for last week. Annie Breen sends it wide left for a Gowdy goal kick. And Charlotte Rent draws the foul. She's a little slow to get up. Clock stopped at 29:57, just over 15 minutes into this matchup. As I mentioned, North Georgia 9-0-1 against the Saints all-time. The last meeting in the Peach Belt Conference quarterfinals, 3-2 win for North Georgia here in Dahlonega on November 2nd of last year. North Georgia 5-2-2 on the year, coming off of a 2-0 loss to Young Harris on Wednesday. Before that, they'd won 4 straight, including 2 overtime games. North Georgia has played 5 overtime games this year. 4 of them went past the 100-minute mark. As Rent is being helped off the field by North Georgia staff. Peyton Biso will check into the lineup for North Georgia. 5'5" sophomore from Hoover, Alabama.
On for North Georgia, number 2, Peyton Biso.
So North Georgia going to get a free kick here. Allen will boot it away. Over everyone's head. Embley's going to give chase into the corner. And Flagler up the near side. Fastano had it for a moment. She'll get it back. Try and get past Mackenzie Brennan, but it hit off of Fastano as she tried to kick it out of bounds off of Brennan. Mackenzie Anderson will come and throw it in. Check that, it'll be Brennan to throw it in. Anderson thought it might have been a free kick off a handball. Here's Van Horn. Van Horn with some space. She finds Milashek. Milashek out wide to Michelle Allen. Allen looking down the sidelines, trying to find Biso. She'll come back into the middle, high in the air, and it will sail out of bounds for a goal kick. First of 3 home matches in a row for North Georgia, as they'll host Lander on Wednesday night here at the UNG Soccer Complex, and then a week from tonight take on Limestone, who is nationally ranked in this week's poll. Hannah Gowdy coming off her line to corral that one. Flagler looking to push numbers forward and counter. As I mentioned, they have 5 shutouts this year. And in the 3 other games that weren't shutouts, just 1 goal allowed. Here's Milashek. She finds Dunphy in the middle. Dunphy comes out wide to Brennan. Fastano giving chase. Trying to get it out wide to Embley. It will go out of bounds for a Flagler throw. Up top for Flagler, number 12, Maya Russak-Crater. The 5'6" sophomore, listed as a defender on the roster for Flagler, but she is up top today for the Saints and Ashley Martin. Vaverka out wide to Allen, just a touch too wide. Here's Abby Austin in the middle. She comes out wide to Kayla Harmon. Harmon sends down to Fastano. Good run by Nowotny, but it's sent out by Anderson. Trying to settle is Van Horn. Van Horn able to find Thorson, who sends up to Milashek. Milashek forces Dubell to come off of her line outside of the 18 and boot it away. And now here comes Flagler on the counter. Embley, as Brennan kept it in bounds. Comes to Milashek. Milashek tries to get it back to Embley, but it's deflected and Flagler on the move. Nowotny tries to send it through, but a great job there by Vaverka to get in the way of Russak-Crater. Brennan trying to find Biso. Biso giving chase off the interception. Here comes Flagler again with Breen. Breen sends out wide to Castorino Mujica. And he'll go out for a Saint corner. The in swinger headed out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for North Georgia. Flagler puts up a number of goals, averaging close to 3 a game. 23 goals in 8 matches. They've taken a lot of shots as well, 124 shots. And 73 of those on goal, so their shot on goal percentage close to 60%. 15.5 shots per match for the Saints. North Georgia averaging 19.2 shots per game, 80 of 173 on goal, so the percentage a little bit lower in shots on goal, but still very high at 46%. Here's Milashek. She'll try the long throw toward Van Horn, headed away. Thorson sends back to Brennan. Brennan will go all the way back to Gowdy. Gowdy with time. She'll send out wide to Michelle Allen. but it goes just out of bounds. Crossing it in, Gowdy comes off the line in traffic and starts the counter. Here's Embley. Embley trying to find an open run. Sends out wide, just wide of Milashek. Brennan steps in front of that throw, gets it to Dunphy, and here's Biso with time and space. Brings it up the middle of the field. Looking for Milashek, finds her. Couple of touches. Still inside the attacking third. Thorson sends out wide to Allen, numbers into the box. Biso back to Dunphy. Dunphy had her shot blocked. It's going to roll close to the baseline, and it will go out for a throw, as Flagler was able to get to it before it rolled across the baseline. Allen sends down toward Milashek, and that will be a corner kick. Allen backs up. She'll take it with the right foot. Out toward Biso and Dunphy. But it squirts all the way out to midfield. Thorson going to send it back in toward Van Horn. Van Horn puts a head on it. Out to Milashek. Milashek, one touch, trying to get it back into the middle and wanted a handball there. Could have possibly been a handball as Annie Breen had the ball bounce up. It was incidental, if anything, but was not called by the center official if it was. So now Abby Austin quickly up the field. Shot over the crossbar for a goal kick. "20 minutes to play here in the half. No score. It's been rather quiet as there have only been 6 shots taken, and two teams that take a lot of shots. It's been a defensive struggle thus far. Flagler has it taken away at the top of the box. Get it out wide to Rosie Embley. And now to Dunphy. Dunphy trying to send it over the top to Biso. But it will be punched out of bounds by Katie Reed. Well, I thought it was, but it'll end up going out a little bit later on after Michelle Allen sends it off of a Saint. Fastano with a good touch initially, but it was a little behind Nowotny, and North Georgia intercepts, now has Embley. Fastano tries to send it through. Gowdy will easily catch that one off the roll and send it back toward midfield. Embley with a good touch off the head. Trying to find Biso, and Biso, heavy touch as she, don't know, was expecting to hit it with the right foot. She went for it with the left. Dubell boots it away. Comes down to Russet Crater. And now Nowotny is fouled. It'll be a free kick for Flagler. About 40 yards from goal. Sends it in a low line drive, and it is off of a Nighthawk out of bounds for a corner now. Here comes the kick. It's low and it's just sent straight in front. Now crossing it in. And it'll find the back of the net. Flagler on the board first. And it's 1-0 Saints. Fifth goal of the year for Fio Fustano.
Flagler College goal. Number 10, Fio Fustano. Goal number 5 of the season for Fustano. Assist credited to Charlene Nowotny.
Nowotny gets credit for the assist. That's her third of the year.
16:20 to play in the first.
28th minute goal by Fustano. North Georgia working it up far side of the field. Quick passes, now Dunphy with time and space in the middle. She comes across, tries to get it to Embley, but Abby Austin steps in. It'll be a Saint throw. DeLauder will come on, DeLauder will come on to take the throw. Embley trying to find Milashek. This time going to Van Horn. It goes over the top. Renee had to stop as the ball checked up on her. Trying to feed it through to Biso. Biso with a touch, but Dubell will fall on it. Let's take a look at the Flagler goal. Comes off the corner kick initially as they set up the set piece. Comes that back out to Nowotny. Nowotny sends it in, and Fustano with the touch to put it in the back of the net past Gowdy. Allen checks out.
On for North Georgia, number 19, McKay Shively.
McKay Shively checking in. As Shively puts it high into the air. And now Valverka sends it downfield. Saints with a throw. And Shively will send it right back out of bounds. Gowdy able to pick that one up, boot it downfield. Stepping on for Flagler now is Annie Habib. 5'4" freshman from Salisbury, North Carolina. North Georgia trying to find some space when they get into the attacking third. Flagler's defense has done well at keeping these North Georgia forwards of Milashek and Van Horn at bay early on. Anderson sends it out wide to Shively. But stepping in is Breen. Trying to find Fastano again. Great job by Brennan to step in and send the ball out wide. It at least allows the defense to set. Sending it into the middle. Ball bouncing free. Came off the foot of Abby Austin, but it had some English put on it and bounces wide of goal. Gowdy goes and picks it up to boot it away. Here's Flagler again going down into the corner. A lot of gray jerseys inside the box as North Georgia clears it out with Dunphy. Here's Embley with a good touch. Can she retrieve it? Yes, she can. Sends it down the sideline toward Van Horn. Van Horn tries to put a touch on it to get it past Vidrine. And Vidrine will just send it off of Van Horn for a throw. Very deep though in the corner. And the ball bounces over Brennan's head. Fastano tries to send it out wide. Anderson kicks it out of bounds to allow Brennan to get back. Here's Austin trying to send down into the corner. Now Dunphy for North Georgia gives it to Shively. Shively with a little bit of time. She'll send down to Milashek. Milashek trying to get it to Van Horn. But again, Flagler's defenders coming back and keeping Milashek and Van Horn at bay. Saints to throw. Milashek takes it away. Again, Flagler earns possession at midfield. Fastano sends out wide to Castorino Mujica. That ball will bounce out. It'll be a North Georgia throw. Shively trying to find Biso and does. Biso sending it toward Van Horn. Booted out of bounds. Now Dunphy tries to find Embley, but Abby Austin steps in and sends it back toward North Georgia's defense. Waiting on the free kick from Flagler. Ball bouncing around inside the 18. Gowdy comes off her line, dives to make the save. Here's Brennan. Now Van Horn. Into the middle to Dunphy. Dunphy tries to get past Katie Reed, unsuccessful in that attempt. And North Georgia will earn a goal kick with just over 6 to play here in the first half. As MC Bell checks in for Flagler. Junior from Charleston, South Carolina. And Fastano slowly jogging off the field. And she speeds up once the clock stopped. As that one will come into the stands. Embley will leave it behind for Brennan. Vaverka, she'll bring it all the way up from her center back spot. Down into the corner. Sending it in toward goal. Van Horn was just a step late as Dubell, the freshman, is able to step in and corral and punt it away. High punt. Now Embley sends it toward Milashek. Flagler again earns possession. Be a Saint throw. Van Horn out wide toward Biso. Biso settles, brings toward the middle of the field, finds Dunphy. Dunphy sends down. Brennan going to give chase, but it will roll out of bounds for another goal kick. MC Bell brings it up the side. Tries to flick it through. Now upfield toward Van Horn. But Vidrine steps in. Shively sends to Milashek. Milashek back to McKay. And now Jessie Vaverka. In the middle to Olivia Dunphy. Sophomore from Dawsonville. With time, sends over the top to Brennan. McKenzie will keep it in bounds for a moment. Kick it off Flagler. Now Embley at the corner of the box. She'll cross it in. And it's headed out and cleared by the Saints. Anderson didn't have a great touch. She was trying to send it right back in. Now here's Brennan. Gives to Embley. Embley to Milashek. Van Horn giving chase to it. North Georgia tries to put some pressure on in the final 2:10. Be a foul on North Georgia. Flagler will take the free kick. They lead it 1-0. Booted in the air by Gowdy. Sent right back in by Flagler. Biso out wide. As the 1 minute mark comes, Rosie Embley has a lot of space. She can continue to bring it upfield, but a great tackle by Kayla Harmon. Milashek sends back to Thorson. Now Anderson will boot it high in the air toward Van Horn. Shot by Milashek goes just wide of the post. That will allow for Addie Foster to come into the game as the clock winds down in the first half.
One for Flagler, number 11, Addie Foster.
Clock stopped with 11 seconds left as the goal kick was taken a little early. And that'll be the end of the first half of play here in Dahlonega. A 28th minute goal by Fio Fustanio is the difference. Flagler leads 1-0. We'll be back in just a moment to run down some of the first half stats. Right after this, you're watching UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
We're not just a video production company. We're storytellers, and we're on a mission to connect people, inspire change, and capture life's most precious moments. Because it's not only about capturing where you are today, it's about capturing where you're going. So when it's time to create a video, choose Bentley Media, and let us tell your story the way it was meant to be told. Bentley Media, we only film everything.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
NCAA TV and marketing rights fees. Where does the money go? Long answer, 96% of the revenue is used to fund 88 championships and support 1,055 member colleges and universities, who together provide $2 billion annually in financial aid to more than 400,000 student athletes so they can compete and learn. Short answer, we put our money where our mission is.
Back with you on the Nighthawk Sports Network. 1-0 your halftime score between 12th-ranked Flagler and the University of North Georgia Saints on top. In this one, it was a 29th minute goal by Fio Fustano. That is the difference here, assisted by Charlene Nowotny. Fustano's 5th goal of the year. Nowotny's 3rd assist of the season. As we look down some of the first half stats, North Georgia and Flagler both with 4 shots in the first half. Two teams that we mentioned take a lot of shots per game. North Georgia over 19 shots a game, Flagler 15.5 shots a game. Neither team on pace for that through the first 45 minutes. Both teams with just 4 shots toward the frame. North Georgia has 1 shot on goal. Flagler with 1 shot on goal as well. The difference being the goal by Fustano. Abby Austin with 2 shots for Flagler. Fustano, her lone shot, found the back of the net. Annie Breen with the 4th shot for Flagler. North Georgia has 2 shots taken by Olivia Dunphy, 1 by Taylor Milishek, and the shot on goal by Renee Van Horn. Both teams with 2 corner kicks. Flagler's Sarah Lisa Dubell with a save in the first half of this one. Neither team has committed an offside. Not many fouls in the first half as well. Continue to look at the stats. The only 4 subs taken by Flagler: Habib Castorino Mujica, who came in rather early, Addie Foster, and MC Bell. The 2 subs for the Nighthawks: Peyton Viso checking in for Charlotte Rent, who went down early. We'll see if she comes back on the field in the second half, as it looked like she had her ankle twisted a little bit, possibly. And then McKay Shively came in for North Georgia as a sub. Referee Jason Daniel has done a good job of keeping this one fairly clean. As we mentioned, not many fouls for either team. 3 fouls for North Georgia, just 2 for Flagler in that first half of play. We'll take a commercial break here on our halftime show. When we return, we'll take a look at the lone goal for Flagler. Fustano's goal, a thing of masterpiece, as she was able to find the back of the net off of a set piece. 1-0 to the 12th-ranked Saints through the first half of play here in Dahlonega. You're watching the UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Leadership is socially responsible, collaborative, and inclusive.
It's a process, not a position.
The University of North Georgia
is a state leadership institution.
Here, the Leadership
Certificate program is open
to all students who want to enhance
their leadership knowledge,
gain practical skills, and become a
more effective leader.
A more effective leader.
You can get credit for your involvement in student organizations,
campus events,
community service, study abroad,
and many other campus activities.
Start learning how to understand your personal leadership philosophy,
be part of a team,
improve your communication,
create an inclusive environment,
and make a difference in your community.
Make a commitment to yourself,
and become part
of the Leadership Certificate Program.
Because at the University of North Georgia,
you can lead.
You can lead.
You can lead.
You can lead.
You can lead where it counts.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
I am a brother.
I'm a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生.
I'm a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I am an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer.
I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer.
I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer.
I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
One nothing Saints through the first half of play here in Dahlonega between Flagler and North Georgia. Fio Festano, her 5th goal of the season, coming in the 29th minute. The difference in this one, again, both teams with just 4 shots. Not a lot of highlights, but we take a look at Festano's goal in that first half of play. Came off the corner kick, as we mentioned. Nowotny takes it and then gets it right back at the corner, sends it in, and then Festano with a beautiful touch to get it to go just to the left of Hannah Gowdy for the lone goal there in the first half. And when you look at it, Flagler with their 13th goal in the first period, they've held opponents to just 2 in the first half, and they get even stingier in the second half, only allowing 1 goal in the second half. North Georgia normally scores their goals in the first half. They've scored 10 in the first half coming into this one and just 6 in the second half, but they also have 3 more when you factor in overtime periods. So they've scored 9 goals after the first 45 minutes. So we'll see if the Flagler defense can continue their trend and be stingy in the second half, or if North Georgia will come alive, as they have many of times, scoring 3 goals in overtime periods in golden goal format. 1 against West Georgia, 1 against Anderson, 1 against Georgia College. And they scored 1 in the second half against Francis Marion in the last home game, a game where they led 4-0 at halftime. They found their 5th goal of the night. Five 2-2 on the year is North Georgia. 7-0-1 are the 12th ranked Saints. We do have the second game of our doubleheader coming up a little bit later on. North Georgia men taking on Flagler, and that one will be very interesting in that North Georgia, the men have just 1 win all time against Flagler, but Flagler down this year. They're 2-5 so far this season, but they did beat Georgia Southwestern 3-2 on Wednesday, so they'll be coming in off that win against the Hurricanes on Wednesday. Again, Dunphy with 2 shots in this first half of play. Abby Austin leading Flagler in shots with 2 shots, but the goal to Fio Festano is the difference. Great crowd on hand here in Dahlonega on a cloudy, comfortable temperature Saturday, as Flagler in their huddle on the far side, North Georgia getting ready to start re-warming up for the second half in this one. North Georgia again hosting 2 more games over the next 8 days. It'll be Lander on Wednesday, and then a week from today it'll be Limestone at home. Both of those 5 o'clock kickoffs right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Then they will travel to USC Aiken and Converse before returning home for Operation Nighthawks of Honor Night on October 18th against Georgia Southwestern. We hope that you'll be able to join us here in Dahlonega for that night. Always a special night here in Dahlonega when we get to do our Operation Nighthawks of Honor initiative in its 3rd year of existence here at North Georgia. The home slate will finish with a 3 o'clock matchup against UNC Pembroke on October 21st. And then we will see if North Georgia is seated high enough to host a quarterfinal matchup on Halloween night. Take our final commercial break here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. When we return, we'll run down who's on the field for the second half, and we'll have that second half kickoff right after this. 1-0 Saints. You're watching UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I want everyone to rally behind such a great cause for Make-A-Wish. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the school. It's for the kids that we'll be helping. It's for them.
And it's not just raising money for a charity. It's raising money to make this kid's dream come true.
I never, still to this day, would have thought that it would have touched me the way that it did that day. To truly say that it was a life-changing moment for myself is true. And I think it was for our program, our team, and our university. It was truly one of the most memorable experiences of my coaching career.
You really just see the community come together to make this event special and make it unique. And I think that's one thing that we like to try to brand ourselves with here at UNG is we're unique, and we like to do the special, small things that make children's lives and dreams come true.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Getting ready to start the second half of play here in Dahlonega. 1-0, 12th ranked Saints leading the North Georgia Nighthawks 1-0 at halftime. North Georgia finishing their halftime warm-ups. Flagler has just begun theirs on the left side of the field. North Georgia will head from left to right on your screens as we start the second half of play momentarily. Chris Adams getting into the huddle to give final adjustments here in the second half, trying to figure out how to get past this stingy Saints defense that seems like they've been wherever the ball has needed to be, or wherever the ball has been rather, in that first half. They are able to hold Taylor Malashik and Renee Van Horn at bay in the first half as Jason Daniel ready to hand the ball off to, I believe North Georgia will get first touch here in the second half. Gowdy and Vaverka lead the Nighthawks back out onto the field. North Georgia will get the first touch. Van Horn stepping into the middle of the circle. We're moments away from getting this second half underway. And we are underway momentarily here in Dahlonega with the second half. Van Horn ready to take the kick, and she does. Sends it back to Thorson, who boots it down the field. Charlotte Rent back on the field for North Georgia. Good to see her back. She was helped off the field in the first half. North Georgia down into the corner. Dunphy sends it in off the head of Embley, but it will go out of bounds for the goal kick. North Georgia immediately putting pressure on the back line of Flagler here in the second half, trailing by a goal. Van Horn had the ball go just a little behind her. As Charlotte Rent tries to give pressure. Great touch by Castorino Mujica to send it back toward Vaverka. Here's Nowotny. Great tackle by Michelle Allen as Van Horn tried to one-touch it over to Thorson. Now she'll get it back on the sideline. Here's Allen to throw it in. Finds Thorson. Thorson to Embley. Van Horn, now Thorson with the shot, goes over the crossbar. Dunphy intercepts the goal kick, sends over wide. And Dubell able to corral it in. Brennan will throw it in on the far side. And North Georgia earns a throw in the corner. Ball is still in bounds on the far side. Anderson down the sidelines toward Brennan. Flagler intercepts. And they lead the counter. They've got numbers. But Michelle Allen steps in. And an offside will be called on Castorino Mujica. Gowdy with the free kick. Embley gets past the defender, brings it right up the middle of the field, sends out wide to Dunphy. Dunphy across the middle, and it will be kicked out of bounds. It'll be a North Georgia corner. Dunphy comes over to take it. Finds Malashik. Now the ball will roll all the way over. Michelle Allen unable to earn the throw. Allen steps in, gets it back to Vaverka. As the defense for North Georgia will possess and bring it up the far side of the field now with Anderson. Van Horn trying to put a touch on the outside toward Embley. And now Thorson regains possession for the Hawks. Thorson finds Rent. Rent tried to find Van Horn. And now Sarah Lisa Dubell will try to milk a little bit of time before picking the ball up. Still a lot of soccer to be played here, and North Georgia has had the lion's share of possession here in the second half. Thorson again trying to find Van Horn. But Dubell again just holding it at her feet until Van Horn is within inches. Now Van Horn's on the ball. Sends it out wide to Dunphy. Dunphy with a lot of turf. Tries to earn the corner, but instead it will be cleared out for a throw. Allen again sends it down to Dunphy. Back to Allen, who crosses it in. And that finds the back of the net! Renee Van Horn with her 7th goal of the season. She leads the Peach Belt Conference out right now, and it's 1-1. North Georgia as the mine train plays over the loudspeakers. North Georgia's tied the 12th ranked team in the nation. And now North Georgia again earns possession. Here's Van Horn trying to get another attack. Sends out to Embley, and the foul called. Clock is stopped. We may have a booking. A stern warning by Jason Daniel, as Michelle Allen will come on to take the free kick. Allen with the free kick from about 30 yards out. Vaverka drops back. Allen sends it in over the top. Ball bouncing around in the 18. And I believe offsides will be called. Let's take a look at the Van Horn goal. Crossed in.
Van Horn, her 7th of the season. Assist credited to Olivia Dunphy.
And Van Horn able to touch it in inside the post. Dunphy with her first assist of the year. Thorson. Finds Van Horn. Van Horn sends it out wide to Embley. Embley getting pressure inside the 18. And Dubell gets there just before Malashik. And a foul going to be called on North Georgia. 1-1. Brand new ball game. as DeLauder comes to send the free kick in. High in the air. It's headed by a Saint. It comes out to Nowotny near the sidelines. It'll be a Flagler throw as she kicked it off of Allen. Instead, that's Castorino Mujica. I think Nowotny got her head on it first. Russet Crater as Gowdy goes up to make the save. She throws it out toward Embley. Embley with enough pressure to re-earn possession, sends it up the sideline, but Van Horn was a little too far up the sideline. Rent is going to get it for North Georgia and come across midfield. With some time, she finds Asa Thorson. Thorson finds Embley. Embley with a lot of space. She's kicked one from that far out. She'll take the shot with the left foot, but it goes wide left. Shot one from about that distance with the left foot against Columbus State a week and a half ago. And that was the game-winning goal against the then number 2 ranked Cougars. Here's Van Horn. Finds Brennan. Brennan brings it all the way up to the corner. She'll try and cross it in. Was deflected. Charlotte Rent trying to earn possession. Flagler going to come out with it momentarily, but Michelle Allen steps in. Here's Dunphy. Ball's booted away. Anderson will bring it back in. Peach Belt Defender of the Week. Comes all the way up and gives to Malashik. North Georgia earns the foul as the clouds have subsided now. A lot of umbrellas up in the stands to try and keep cool. Find as much shade as possible as Michelle Allen will bring the ball up to Jason Daniel to get ready to take the free kick. High in the air. Headed out by Flagler. And now Embley earns the turnover. Finds Thorson. Thorson tries to step through. It's taken away by Katie Reed. Flagler going to have the counter. White jerseys are working their way back. Faverka trying to step in. Now Fastanio. Fastanio takes the shot, and offsides is going to be called. Looks like we have a Nighthawk down. 32-37 to play here in the half. Fastanio put a nice shot toward frame, but Russet Crater was offsides and touched the ball. As both teams will head over to their respective team areas, get some water as the training staff for North Georgia continues on the field. Van Horn now leading the conference with 7 goals on the year. Also leading the conference in points. She now has 19 points on the year. Biso will step on. North Georgia rearranging the formation just a little bit as Anderson was the Nighthawk down. She is helped off the field. Dunphy will move back, it looks like, to a defensive position as Biso steps in. Gowdy sends the free kick away. As Brennan will send it out to this near side, a little strong as Biso couldn't get there. A number of Flagler fans made their way to Dahlonega from St. Augustine for this one, as their 12th ranked side is tied with North Georgia 1-1. Now Flagler on the move. Nowotny trying to keep it in the middle, but Allen will clear it upfield toward Malashik. It'll go out for a Saint throw, but it's deep in their defensive third. They work it upfield with Nowotny. Sending out wide to Mujica, but Allen steps in. Allen trying to send it down into the corner toward Van Horn. It will roll out of play, very deep for another Flagler throw. Annie Habib will step back on for the Saints, replacing Abby Austin. Of course, you get a re-entry in the second half, so I imagine Abby Austin will step back on at some point. North Georgia earns a throw. Michelle Allen sends it down into the corner. But North Georgia can't come up with it. Flagler throws it in. Great defensive position for Michelle Allen. She'll see it out of bounds and try the throw in again. Throws it in over Biso. Flagler comes up with it. Sends it downfield, but Brennan steps in and sends it back in toward Van Horn. Van Horn with a good touch to Thorson. Now out to Embley. Thorson chips it over to Michelle Allen. Allen sends wide to Biso. Biso back in the middle. Shot by Thorson. It found the back of the net! Ace Thorson! In the 61st minute of play. Her second goal of the year. North Georgia leads it. Asa's second goal. It'll be an assist for Michelle Allen, her first of the year. And North Georgia leads Flagler 2-1. Flagler going to have a lot more urgency than they've shown since they scored their first goal with Fia Fastano. Here's Habib. Habib takes the rolling shot, but Gowdy able to scoop it up. We mentioned at halftime Flagler had only given up 1 goal in the second half all season. They've given up 2 to North Georgia in just over 17 minutes. Biso with a good touch. Finds Van Horn. Van Horn to Thorson. Tries to get it to Embley, but Embley can't get the touch. Take a look at the Thorson goal. Allen's going to get it out wide, bring it into the middle. Touch to Thorson. She settles it. Dubell almost was able to make the diving save, but it bounced and just trickled over the goal line. Biso into the box to Van Horn. Van Horn trying to find some space. Sends it to Thorson. Thorson will take another shot, but it's caught by Dubell that time. North Georgia leads it 2-1. Now Nowotny for Flagler trying to find the equalizer. And that ball will be sent out for a goal kick. Shively will check back into the game. The junior from Dawsonville. Just down Georgia 400. Flagler will make a sub at their next available chance. Brennan will see it out, and that is the chance for Flagler to bring on Dolores. Replacing Castorino Mujica. Gowdy preparing to take the goal kick. Headed on by Brennan. And it will go out for a Flagler throw. Flagler again earning a throw. As we see Flagler throwing numbers forward now. Here's Habib trying to give it through to Russet Crater, but Dunphy able to step in and draw the foul. And that means Gowdy can come up and take the free kick. Ball bounces out of bounds for a Saint throw. Nearly halfway through this second half of action in Dahlonega. Be a North Georgia throw. Shively comes up quickly to take it, and they're going to tell her to back up to retake it. So Brennan will be the one that ends up taking the second one. She puts it high over the top of everybody. Van Horn with a great touch. Taylor Malashik in the box, but it's booted out by the Saints. Flagler going to make a substitution. Abby Austin steps back on for Russuck Crater. Thorson sends to Biso. Biso down toward Van Horn. Van Horn dribbles into the middle of the field. And then sends out wide to Brennan, who comes up from her left back spot. Brennan crosses it in, but it goes on top of the net for a Saint goal kick. Flagler with Annie Breen. She tries to send it over the top to Fastanio. And Dunphy able to steal the ball away from Flagler. Send it downfield, and a foul called on DeLauder. And Ashley Martin disagrees with the call. Jason Daniel goes over to give an explanation. Thorson tries to send it over to Shively, but it's sent out by the Saints. North Georgia again earning a throw. Mentioned at the start of the half that North Georgia had a majority of the possession, and they've continued to keep the pressure on, leading 2-1. Dunphy earning a foul. And the clock will be stopped. Another stern warning from Jason Daniel. And Dunphy will prepare to take the free kick. Sends it in over the top. And it's corralled by Dubell. Here's Embley. Over to Biso. Biso with space. She takes the right foot, but it goes wide left. Tried the one-touch shot. Coach Adams happy with the effort on the far side, trying to keep the team in white upbeat. They've got 20 minutes, or just under 20 minutes, of soccer left against the 12th ranked team in the nation. Flagler has not been beaten this season, 1 draw to Young Harris exactly 2 weeks ago. Dunphy sends in the free kick. Vaverka had it inside the 18 near the spot, but a lot of black jerseys around to clear it out. North Georgia will earn a throw, and Vaverka will go back to her center back position. Allen comes on to throw it, throws it over the top. Down in the corner, North Georgia earning a throw again. Allen will give it back to Malashik, crossed in by Allen and taken by Dubell. Dubell boots it downfield. Brennan's there to head it away to Nowotny. Nowotny trying to feed it through to Fastanio, but Dunphy will come in. And this time Gowdy will be the one to wait until pressure is felt. Van Horn trying to get on the other end of that punt. It'll go out for a North Georgia throw. It'll be Shively to take it. And now Flagler earning a throw. Brennan heads that one up into the treehouse. Van Horn earning the foul. Rough tackle by Vidrine. Flagler fans voicing their displeasure here in the grandstands. The clock's running under 17 minutes now as Dunphy quickly takes the free kick, sends out wide to Biso. Back to Allen. Trying to find Embley. Embley couldn't settle it, and now Flagler will look to counter. Again, throwing numbers forward. Abby Austin, guarded closely by Thorson. She sends it out wide to Habib. Habib trying to find Fastanio. But North Georgia able to clear it out. Van Horn going to give some pressure. Force Flagler to make some quick passes. Now with time to look, finds Nowotny to Fastanio to Austin. And cleared out by Thorson to Biso. Biso finds Embley. Embley brings it across the midfield stripe. Out wide to Shively. Shively gets there at the same time as Vidrine. Vidrine able to get a foot on it and send it out. Embley takes it down to the flag and earns a throw. Throw into Malashek. And the offside flag went up. North Georgia 2, Flagler 1. So we're in the final 15. Flagler takes the free kick high in the air. Thorson heads it back toward the midfield stripe, and that's where Malashek is. Flagler works it around the back line. Then Brennan gets on the other end of the pass upfield. And Biso thought she was going to give chase, but Dolores comes up with it. Embley intercepts. Malashik. Shot with the left foot right to Dubell. And Jason Daniel blows the play dead. It'll be a free kick for Flagler. Taking it will be DeLauder, and now the clock is stopped. And Jason Daniel will have a word with Ashley Martin, the head coach for the Saints. A lot of head movements and pointing over there on the far side. No cards have been shown yet. And I think we finally came to an agreement of some sort. Katie Reed gives it over to Vidrine. Vidrine to Breen. Sent out wide to Austin. Austin in the corner, guarded by Michelle Allen. As Flagler moves it around there in the near corner. Trying to cross it in, and North Georgia earns the goal kick. Van Horn will come off as Caroline Nelson, the 5'2" freshman from Sharpsburg, steps on for North Georgia for the first time today. Van Horn likely going to come on again at some point here in the second half to finish the game. Trying to get her a little bit of a breath before the final stretch. As Nelson on for more of a defensive role, Shively moves up into the forward position. Now here's Brennan to Malashik. Malashik trying to send it across, nobody there in white. Abby Austin tries to send it upfield. Michelle Allen says, not this time. Here's Nowotny trying to find Fastanio. But again, North Georgia able to stop the threat. Nowotny as Vaverka steps in and makes the clean tackle. Nelson with her first touch for a moment for North Georgia. Habib kept the ball, and the flag going to be called. Or the flag will go up and the foul will be called. It'll be a free kick from just outside the 18 for Flagler. North Georgia sending every white jersey on the field back. Free kick taken quickly. Ball's loose at the top of the 6. Michelle Allen trying to get it out, and Hannah Gowdy keeps her eye on the ball and gets the save off the Dolores shot. North Georgia will earn the throw and have the opportunity to make some substitutions. Maria Maggio steps on, as does Van Horn. Maggio first time on the field today, 5'6" freshman from Buford.
On for North Georgia, number 5, Maria Maggio.
Castorino Mujica back on for Flagler. Maggio earns possession in the corner, finds Caroline Nelson in the box. Nelson again back out wide toward Shively, and Flagler clears it out momentarily. Over the top. Ball rolls over Maggio's feet. As North Georgia trying to weather the storm here that the Saints are trying to put on late. And Jason Daniel going to tell Flagler to throw it in a little bit further back. And now North Georgia earns the throw close to midfield. Brennan comes up to take it. Throws it over everyone's head. North Georgia again earning the throw. This time Shively will take it. Send it down into the corner to Maggio. A lot of throw-ins on the far side as North Georgia trying to make sure that they have defensive numbers. Maggio giving chase. Keeps it inbound. But Dubell's going to come over, and I guess it was out of bounds first. Hard to tell from our broadcast position when it goes out of bounds on the far side. As North Georgia trying to make their final substitutions before the 5-minute mark. Any sub after 5 minutes for North Georgia would stop the clock. As Embley steps back on. Malashik steps back on for North Georgia. Maggio back off. Flagler brings it across midfield, but the defensive pressure from North Georgia able to move the ball back over to Biso now. Biso will send it down into the corner. And Malashik earns the throw deep in the corner. They send it back into the corner. Flagler earns possession, but North Georgia able to stop the counter, get white jerseys back. Here's Embley. Embley out wide to Allen. Allen finds Biso. Biso brings it into the middle to Embley. As North Georgia will take it down to the corner flag with Michelle Allen. It'll be a North Georgia throw as close to the flag as you can possibly get. And the clock will stop at 4:02 as looks like Biso's going to come over to take it, and she does. It'll be a goal kick for Flagler. Saints have nearly 3.5 minutes to try and find their second goal of the day. It's the first match of the year they've given up more than one goal. Again, they have not been beaten this year. North Georgia about 3 minutes away from defeating their second top 15 team in the nation this season. Defeated number 2 Columbus 10 days ago. Down in Columbus. And now they've got the number 12 team in the nation on the ropes. Fastano gives up to Nowotny. And North Georgia again sending the ball out of bounds. And now it comes out wide to Peyton Biso, who is going to be able to take it down into the corner for North Georgia. What a great touch. And now she'll dribble it out to the corner flag and hold. Biso. And looked like Malashik was offside. Quickly taking the free kick is Flagler. Here's Nowotny. Nowotny trying to weave between Viverka and Allen. Allen able to step in. Sending it in over the top. Gowdy comes in, able to punch it out. And the clock will stop as Saint and Gowdy both down. I think Gowdy got hit in the stomach. She looks to be okay. It'll be a Flagler throw with 1:07 to play. As Katie Reed will have to come off for a moment. As soon as the ball's thrown back in, she can run back on. Ball thrown over the top to Nowotny. She'll cross it in. Headed toward the back post, and Flagler has found the equalizer. Nowotny sent it in, and Festano with the header goal.
Flagler College goal by number 10, Theo Festano. Assist credited to Charlene Nowotny.
Festano's 6th goal of the year. 2-2 with 58 seconds to play here in regulation.
1 minute remaining.
North Georgia, no stranger to overtime games this year. As Flagler are going to take their time, they're content to go to overtime as they were on the ropes. Allen going to try and throw it in. North Georgia going to try and give one last effort on goal. Biso finds Malashik. A lot of black jerseys. They send it out of bounds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Allen down into the corner. Flagler does a great job, and we are headed to overtime in Dahlonega. We will take a break. When we return, we will run down the regulation stats and get you set for overtime. Golden goal format right after this. You're watching the University of North Georgia Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I am a brother.
I'm a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生.
I'm a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I'm an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer.
I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer. I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer. I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
2-2 as we get ready to head to overtime in Dahlonega. We take a look at the final goal scored by Theo Festano in the 90th minute of play. Nowotny sends it in. It was headed in the air by Vaverka, and Festano just at the right place at the right time for the diving header on the back post. As we get set for overtime in Dahlonega. North Georgia has played one overtime game here at home in the middle of that 5 straight overtimes that they've played. They are 3-0-2 in overtime this year. They've only been able to end one of those overtime games, though, in the first 10-minute period. That was at Anderson 17 days ago. Flagler 0-1 in overtime. They're one draw against Young Harris. And you look at the stats in overtime, North Georgia, of course, having scored 3 overtime goals, the 3 wins. They've taken 15 shots in overtime compared to just 1 shot by Flagler. Flagler just packed it in against Young Harris 2 weeks ago, rather, in an attempt to not allow the Mountain Lions to take shots. Young Harris still earned 5 shots in that overtime game. North Georgia for sure going to put pressure on Flagler and try and earn their 4th overtime win of the year. Last time North Georgia played in overtime was at Georgia College, the same day that Flagler played overtime against Young Harris, a 3-2 double overtime win for the Nighthawks. Hannah Gowdy's made 6 saves in overtimes for North Georgia. North Georgia's earned 4 corners. And when you look at Flagler's stats in overtime, they haven't scored. They've only taken 1 shot, only had to make 1 save, no corners, and they've committed 1 foul. So that tells you what Flagler's mindset is most likely going to be here in overtime. They're going to try and pack it in and earn the draw unless they can get a counterattack, as the captains are meeting with our officials on the far side as we close in on the start of this overtime period. It is golden goal format, 10-minute periods, 2 10-minute periods, unless a goal is scored by either team. If neither team scores a goal in either of those 10-minute periods, the game will end in a draw. There will be 2 minutes in between overtime periods. North Georgia will move from left to right on your screens. Flagler from right to left as both teams trot back out onto the field. Flagler will have the touch. As the crowd files in, getting ready for the second half of our doubleheader to come at you approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of our post-game show. Flagler with the first touch, 12th ranked in the nation. And we are underway in the first overtime period. Embley commits the foul. Good touch by Castorino Mujica. Finds Annie Breen. Breen going to fire a shot. Gowdy with the save. Flagler led for quite some time at the end of the first half and then into the second. North Georgia found 2 goals in quick succession as North Georgia turns it over. It'll be Dunphy sending it back in toward Biso. Biso to Thorson, then to Allen. Allen crossed it in. It was headed out, but North Georgia on the other end of the box with Shively. She sends it in. Dubell there to corral and punt it away. Send it quickly upfield. North Georgia Reserves on the far side trying to urge their team on here. Thorson able to clear it out to Embley. Embley out wide to Shively. McCabe brings up the far sideline, tries to bring it down the sideline, but it will roll out of bounds. Flagler throwing it in. Brennan trying to stop Fastanio. And a foul will be called. And Flagler will get the free kick. DeLauder sends it in. Headed toward goal by Breen. Gowdy able to make the save. Gowdy rolls it out quickly. Allen trying to give chase. She'll send it upfield toward Van Horn, but it's cut off. Charlotte Rent will check back in for North Georgia. Here's Thorson. Thorson out wide. Now here's Biso. Trying to get it to Allen and does on the baseline. Allen tries to cross it in. It stays in bounds off the Flagler deflection, and the Saints will look to counter. A lot of space for Castorino Mujica. She'll cross it over toward Fastanio. Fastanio finds Nowotny. Nowotny's shot. It's in the back of the net. Nowotny finds the game-winning goal, and they dogpile on the field, and Flagler escapes Dahlonega with a 3-2 win. We will take a break and come back to wrap things up right after this. You're watching the UNG Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
We're not just a video production company. We're storytellers, and we're on a mission to connect people, inspire change, and capture life's most precious moments. Because it's not only about capturing where you are today, it's about capturing where you're going. So when it's time to create a video, choose Bentley Media, and let us tell your story the way it was meant to be told. Bentley Media, we only film everything.
NCAA TV and marketing rights fees. Where does the money go? Long answer, 96% of the revenue is used to fund 88 championships and support 1,055 member colleges and universities, who together provide $2 billion annually in financial aid to more than 400,000 student athletes so they can compete and learn. Short answer, we put our money where our mission is.
I am a brother.
I'm a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生.
I am a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I am an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer. I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer. I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer. I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
Final score, Flagler defeats North Georgia and escapes with a 3-2 win over the Nighthawks here in Dahlonega, as North Georgia falls to 5-3-2 on the year. That's their first overtime loss of the year. They are now 3-1-2 in overtime games. Flagler improves to 8-0-1 on the year. They also improve to 3-0-1 in conference play. North Georgia falls to 3-2 in conference play. We will return momentarily with the start of the men's game. But for now, final score, Flagler defeats North Georgia 3-2 on the Nighthawk Sports Network.